My mom told me, you don't have to get married. And I think at the time when she told me, I did not realize how powerful those words were, because she went on to tell me, she was like, live the life that you want. She's like, if you get married, I will support you. If you don't get married, I'll support you. She's like, I don't want you to feel that pressure. And she's like, as your mother, I'm releasing you from that pressure. And I remember those were her exact words. And later on, I came to realize how powerful it is that she did something like that, because she made me realize that I had a choice. Some things are so automatic in this like programming and society that we have, that sometimes you don't actually think about, what do I want? And when my mother told that to me, she said, get married or don't get married, but you don't have to. It's not mandatory. I think I started thinking about, do I really want to get married? And the answer was no. I actually prefer the life that I have. So I'm thankful.
I see a lot of guys calling me moo for what I just said, but I'm just speaking facts. You just don't like it. Like, y'all love to glorify your mom for how strong she was. She didn't need flowers. She was stoic. She was traditional. I want a woman like my mom. But your mom was complaining in the low. You just never bother listening. Like, I remember when I started buying my mom's flower for Mother's Days, how happy she was. My dad never bought her flowers. I bought her flowers. She would put it in the vase, smell in the morning, look at it. She would look at it for hours smiling before she would put it in the vase. She liked it. My dad just never did it for her. Sometimes when she come home tired and she start cooking, I always used to think she loved cooking for us, until the day I started asking her, are you tired, Mom? Yeah, I'm tired. You want me to buy you food? I would take it. And she would drop everything she's doing. She would chill down and I would buy her food and we would just all eat. Yes. And a lot of guys don't understand, is like, our mothers emancipated their daughters because they kind of made them aware of what they didn't want them to live through. And that's why they thought education was a way out of it. And it is. And a lot of guys are not adapting to that change. Time have evolved. We live in a digital era now. Guys like me are going to do what's right to their woman. And your girl is going to look at what I do to my woman and look at you like, nigga, the fuck are you doing? That's the type of pressure we're going to apply, nigga.
Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Miss Kafue. So ladies, in this video, we're talking about how men usually don't know about how our mothers, the same mothers that raised them and raised us, warned us about marriage, emancipated us from this thing called marriage. While some mothers may be evil and toxic, some mothers may want their daughters to get married for their own pride, that they can be able to brag to the community that, oh, my daughter is married, not even caring the type of life she's living. Some of our mothers actually warned us, let me tell you. And sons don't know about this, but our mothers will tell us their marital problems. They'd cry to us, they'd share with us. But on the other hand, they didn't tell their sons. They prepared us to be wives, while on the other hand, they barely prepared their sons to be husbands. So we have to talk about this right here in this video. So let's jump right into this video, and then I'll be back to give my take on it.
Our elders are warning us not to do this. I can't be the only one who's getting these comments from older women. As a female doctor, I have an older female patient. They always ask me if I'm single or if I'm married. My response is no, I'm not married. And they always say the same thing. They always say, love, keep it that way. I'm like, keep it that way? What do you mean? I shouldn't be getting married? And I'm laughing because I'm like, you're not married. And they're like, yeah, exactly. I was married. Don't do it. And it really scares me because they've all been through it, and literally every single one of them warns me off of it. It's crazy.
I want you to notice the shift, right? There's been a big shift in men suddenly valuing marriage. Remember, men used to see marriage as a ball and chain. Marriage to them used to be a trap set by women. And now they ridicule women for being unmarried. Now all of a sudden marriage is not the ball and chain. It's something to be valued. It's something that women should value. And you know why? If women are happy about it, they don't want you to have it. Women are happily getting divorced. And leveling up, and they hate to see it. So now, naturally, they want to discourage women from wanting to get divorces because it means that our values are shifting. And once our values start to shift, they can no longer take advantage. Men are starting to realize that marriage benefits them. There's studies. There's plenty of studies. There's plenty of studies saying that childless single women are the happiest demographic of women. And men being married increases their lifespan. Mind you, men don't actually value marriage. No, they value the labor that they benefit from in a marriage. Be very careful with letting men control the narrative about marriage because they are simply leading you astray. They want to make you feel bad about being single because you being single is not beneficial to the system of patriarchy, a system that values domestic labor. Yours.
And another thing, right? Mothers always went to their daughters to complain to their daughters about their marriages. They never went to their sons. Their sons were oblivious to the trials and tribulations that their mothers were going through in their active marriage. They didn't know that they were crying all the time. They didn't know that they were sad. They didn't know that they were making regrets. They didn't know that they made mistakes because they were always seeing their mother happy outside and happy to serve everybody and doing what everybody wants. So they felt like, oh, this is what a woman is supposed to do. So if my mother is happy doing it, why won't another woman be happy doing it? You don't know. You're not her daughter. Her daughter has heard all the things that the husband has done to her. Her daughter has seen it. Her daughter has pet her mother because her mother was crying. Her daughter has said, oh, there's nothing. The mother has not gone to tell the daughter. So because the mother is always telling the daughter what is actually going on, the daughter knows to actively avoid anything that looks slightly similar to who married her mother. That's why you think that, oh, you should be a traditional wife. No.
I'm a happily married woman, and I tell women all the time not to get married. You know why? Because I was 24 when I got married. I was a baby. My frontal lobe was not fully developed. I didn't know anything. I got fucking lucky. Okay? I got lucky, and I've been transparent about that from the get-go. Because statistically speaking, we know how women end up in most cis-het relationships, okay? It ain't good for them. It's not good for them. I got lucky. Okay? I got lucky. At 24, you think I knew what I was looking for in a good husband and a good life partner? And who would eventually be a good father to my children? No, I sure didn't. But I can look back 14 years ago as a woman, as a married mother who has a great marriage, who has an equitable partner. I can now tell women, hey, listen to the married woman. Listen to the happily married woman. If I'm happily married and I'm telling you, don't do it, it's not worth it, what do you think an unhappily married woman is going to tell you? It's not. For most women, it's not worth it. Because for most women, you will end up doing the majority of the domestic labor and the child care. You'll probably still end up working. And then you'll outgrow your husband. That is the unfortunate truth of it. You want to sit here and tell women that they can't share this information to other women because they're married? Shut the fuck up. Shut up, dude. Okay? You want to listen to a single person? This is the same thing. Like if I was single and telling women this, you would tell me I was bitter and single and lonely. I'm not. I've been happily married for 12 years and I wouldn't recommend it. Because that's coming from a very, very privileged place. Because most women don't have what I have, okay? So listen to the married women, the happily married women that are telling you, don't do it, babe. It ain't worth it. Because your chances are you're not going to get lucky like me. That's just, it is what it is. But don't sit here and say, we can't teach about patriarchal things if we're married. Don't.
Hi, everybody. My mom has something to say, and you better be nice. You better listen to her, and you better be nice, okay? Mom.
Hi, mothers out there. All I have to say is never pressure your daughters. Never pressure them to get married. When it's the right time, it will happen. Do not make them feel that marriage is the only achievement they can receive. They are able to get so much more in life. Be their strength. Make them do better than you did in life. Always make them shine. Let them shine. Let them fly. Let them open up their wings. Where society closed us, do not do that to your daughter. Let them be free. They are more capable of doing better, much better than we did. But you have to be their strength. Good day.
And that's on period. Bye.
Reasons I'm terrified of marriage at my big age of 29. Number 1, men are wicked. Number 2, having terrible in-laws who treat me like I'm less than just because I married their son. I will leave the moment I get the slightest hint your family dislike me, because why will I willingly choose to suffer in the name of marriage? No, thank you. Let them marry you. Let them have you. I'm not built for that. Number 3, genuinely liking someone and the whole time they are plotting against you. They are plotting against you to the point of marrying you, like you. Number 4, weaponized incompetence. I cannot stand it. What do you mean you do not know that you are supposed to put the toilet seat down? What do you mean you do not know that after kukula you're supposed to take your trash from your plate, put it in the garbage bag, and then put your plates in the sink? Because what do you mean the moment I leave the house you cannot cook, you cannot clean, you cannot even feed yourself? I would much rather stay by myself than have to raise a grown-ass adult. Like, your family can have you. Lastly, the aspect of losing money through divorce, because what happens when I find out I have married the wrong person? Because divorce is expensive, but so is staying married to the wrong person. And some things you just never know during the dating phase. Like, some things you find out, like, some people are very good at hiding who they are, and they only let you find out once you're married to them, and then you realize, I cannot stand this person, I do not want to be with this person. What happens? Money is lost. Like, yo, I don't know about you, but to me, marriage sounds like a very expensive affair, especially to the wrong person, to the wrong family, because you're not just marrying them, you're marrying them and their whole family. So, yeah. Let me know, are you getting married or not?
If marriage was truly beneficial for women, we wouldn't have to be threatened into it. We wouldn't have to be given timelines and told that, oh, you're getting old and your biological clock is going to expire. You better get a man to marry you. The thing is, those threats don't work with me. Now what? I don't care if I'm getting old. Now what? I don't care if I expire. Now what? The only reason that I would live the rest of my life with somebody is if they were 100% committed to loving me, being devoted to me, adoring me, caring about me, being loyal to me, and being extremely careful not to do anything that would hurt me. That is the only reason. You cannot threaten me. I'm not scared of being alone if that doesn't come my way. I'm gonna have a great life. So now what? Now what? I'm under 30. I'm beautiful. If I was a pick-me, I would have been picked a long time ago into my doom. Picked into my doom. I'm not afraid of being alone. So now what?
Yeah, most of our African parents, especially African mothers, just want their daughters to get married for their own self-esteem. It's not about their daughters. It has nothing to do with their daughter's happiness, and they do not care if the marriage is about love or they are going to be happy or unhappy in that marriage. They just want to be able to brag in social gatherings that their daughters are married. They want to be able to brag at weddings, events, that their daughters are married. They do not care if their child, their daughter, is suffering in that marriage. They do not care if she's unhappy in that marriage. And sometimes some of them don't even care if their child is brought back in a body bag. They don't care. They just want it to be on the record that she is married, and it's not about their child. It is them. It's for their own self-esteem, their image. Their image is more important to them than their child's safety and security. They don't care. But when it comes to their sons, when it comes to their sons, they will protect their sons, even when he's the problem in his own marriage. They will insult the wife. They will call her all kinds of names, call her unsubmissive, disrespectful. They will rally around and support their sons. When it comes to their daughters, they will teach her how to be a wife, how to do this, how to do that. You can't do this, you're a woman. Is this what you're going to do when you get married? But when it comes to their sons, they do not teach them basic home training. They don't. Instead, they worship them. They worship them, which is the more reason why I will always say this, that the reason why patriarchy has managed to be sustained for this long is because most of our African parents, our mothers particularly, have enabled it. They are the original gatekeepers of patriarchy.
I was talking to my Egyptian mother on the phone today, and within 5 minutes of our conversation starting, she said to me, "Ana aiza afrah biki," which is Arabic for "I want to celebrate you." And basically what she means by that is hurry up and get married so I can be happy. So I had to explain to her, "Mom, it's not that marriage is not a goal of mine. I would love to be married. It's that there's no men who are husband material out here, and I'm not gonna settle just to have a husband." I've already had this conversation with my mom so many times, and it's not that she doesn't understand me, it's just that she worries about my safety as a single woman. And I had to pull out some statistics and tell her that women who live alone and are single are on average happier than married women who are living with their husband. Not only that, but women who are pregnant are most likely to get unalived by the father of the child that they are carrying to bring into this world. It is more dangerous for you as a woman to be married to a man than to be single and roaming the streets. And I told her that the place that I moved to in Mexico is a very safe city. I literally went out of my way to do research to make sure that the city that I was staying in is a safe city for women and for expats and for tourists and that sort of thing. I explained to her mom, like, people stare at me everywhere I go, but I actually felt more unsafe in New York than I do in Mexico. Anyways, I didn't get mad at her because I pretty much expect my mom to ask me this question every single time that I talk to her, like, when are you gonna get married? I want to see you married, whatever, blah blah. And I had to really drill it into her head that it's not that I'm anti-marriage, it's that I'm anti-settling and I'm anti-putting myself in a man's control and hands just because of this idea that I'm somehow safer by doing that, when statistically it's been proven that you're in fact not safer when you do that. Then I had to tell her about Andrew Tate and about red pill content and about how all these men have been consuming these backwards ideologies online and how it started to leak into their interactions with me in person, and about how these guys will literally put up a front of being so calm, cool, and collected until they open their mouths. And when they start talking to me, I realize that their brains are actually rotten. Then I had to tell her that it's not that this generation of men is particularly worse or more dangerous than the generation of men that were alive and looking to get married when she was my age. It's that nobody had the internet during that time. So women who ended up in abusive relationships with men thought it was happening to just them. They didn't realize that these were playbooks that these guys were following in order to keep women under control and afraid to leave and to live solo lives. I had to drill it into her head that marriage is not at the top of my list of priorities because I know that I'm gonna have to train a man how to be my husband, and I don't want to do that. And I told her, you did that, and look what it got you. And that's what I don't understand is, like, why is it that even though our mothers and our aunts and our grandmothers went through shitty marriages, they still want us to be married? They still have this idea that having a husband is somehow going to protect you or keep you safe in your day-to-day life, even though they got exposed to the most amount of abuse in their lives when they were married. Then she got all sad and upset, so I told her, look, like I said before, I'm not anti-marriage. I'm going to keep an open mind and keep my heart open and see what happens. But I'm not going to force or chase a marriage just so that you can sleep better at night knowing I'm safe and protected. Because statistically, I'm going to be less safe and less protected being married to a man than living by myself.
I'm the mother of the bride, and I'm terrified my daughter is marrying the wrong man.
Ooh.
I've watched him criticize her weight,
Uh-oh.
That's a red flag enough where I'm like, goodbye.
Steam is coming out of the ears.
Yes. Her career, even her friends, at their engagement party, I heard him tell his friends that marriage would settle her down and make her more mature. When she got a big promotion, he brushed it off and told her to focus more on the family.
Uh-oh.
There's more. He's taken over every decision, from the venue to her dress, shooting down anything she's excited about. The confident woman I raised now asks permission for everything. She insists he's just helping her grow, but to me, it looks more like control, not love. I've tried to talk to her, but she gets defensive and shuts me out. How do you watch your child make the biggest mistake of her life?
Oh my God. Is this like a real question?
It's a real question, and we're going to find out what the mom really did. I'm not going to look.
Mommy, we need to talk. Because this thing some of you are doing in the name of advice is killing your daughter slowly. Your daughter came to you crying. She told you that the man that she married is emotionally, physically, and mentally cruel. Your daughter opened up, open for you to support her. But instead you told your daughter, just endure. Marriage is not easy. Now so all men be. Do you want people to laugh at us? What will people say if you come back home? Mommy. Is it reputation that will raise your grandchildren? Is it? You saw how your daughter's eyes no longer have light. You saw the bruises on her body and in her spirit. Mommy? But you turned your face and said, don't scatter your home. Hey, what kind of home are you protecting, Mommy? A prison or a war zone? Because some of you are forcing your daughters to carry crosses that were never theirs to bear. That's what you're doing. And you are calling it culture. What kind of culture is that? You are calling it submission. You are calling it being a good wife for who? But what you are really doing, Mommy, is you are handing down the same pain you endured. You think your daughter should suffer just like you did because no one saved you. So why should she escape? To your alone. Let me tell you, Mommy, that cycle must break. If your generation didn't have the language for abuse, our generation does. We can name abuse now. And we will not romanticize suffering in the name of marriage. No more. So stop sending your daughter back to a man that is slowly destroying her. Stop covering abuse with agbada and Sunday service. Mommy, is enough. Enough is enough. Stop choosing pride over her peace. Is she not your daughter? Don't you love her? Because one day, Mommy, you will bury a daughter that you could have protected. And know what will people say will matter at that grave. It won't matter. Because by that time, it's already done. Okay? So please, Mommy, do the needful. We are begging you. Don't keep sending your daughters back to the husbands that are killing them. Please. Enough is enough. Please, Mommies. Please.
Let me tell you, I've learned a lot from this video. Considering it's only 23 minutes long, I've really learned a lot from this video. And I really appreciate the knowledge shared by the creators in this video. Because, hey, let me tell you, there are some parents, I don't understand how some parents, you chase away your daughter into marriage just to brag to your friends, to brag to your community that, oh, my daughter is married. Let me tell you, the statement that this woman said, that you'll bury a daughter that you could have protected, that hits home. Especially in the African society, your mothers, your parents will tell you, oh, just go and endure it. Women are meant to endure. When is marriage actually enjoyable? And growing up, you'd never see positive examples of marriage. Yes, all our parents were married, but most of them suffered. Most of our mothers suffered. And it makes some of us as adults be afraid of marriage or be ready to walk out at the first red flag. Let me tell you, because you mostly end up with a man like your father, and you mostly end up going through the things that your mother went through. If your mother went through DV, chances are you will go through DV subconsciously. You won't even know. You'll grow up telling yourself, oh, no man can hit me. But when it actually happens, when you come to realize that you've gone through half of the things your mother went through, it's very sad. It's very sad when you think about it. When you think about how our mothers were helpless in those marriages, the way they believed that marriage was it. And you thank God for a time whereby as women we have choices, we have freedom. There's no consequences of not getting married. You can have children and not get married. Like, there's so much freedom right now. And it's good. And men hate that. They hate how successful women are becoming without them. They hate how we've realized we don't need them. They hate how we've realized marriage is only beneficial to them. And there's someone who said that if marriage was so beneficial to women, men will do away with it. Trust me. If it was beneficial to women as they claim, they will do away with it, and we will not have to be threatened into marriage if it was so beneficial. Just think about it. Why are they threatening us into marriage if it was so beneficial? I have no offense to anyone who wanna get married, but get married to a kind man. Get married to a generous one. Have a happy marriage. Don't endure your marriage. Enjoy your marriage. That's all we are trying to say here. But this thing of enduring marriage so that your mother can say that you're married, or so that people can say that and see that you're married, or so that people cannot call you a single mother. Let me tell you, you leave your children on this earth to suffer. Take the right step right now. Fight for your peace of mind. Fight for your freedom. Fight for your children. If you're at peace mentally, your children have a high percent chance that they'll grow up in a peaceful home, even if that home is only a single parent home. So don't be gaslit by these men. Don't be gaslit. They're the ones who are in trouble. They're the ones who are realizing women actually thrive without them. They cannot do it because we are the source. We are the ones who carry creative energy. Think about it. We are the creators. That's power in itself. But they don't want to celebrate that. And they don't want to celebrate women out of that. They don't want to celebrate women's accomplishments unless it's giving birth and getting married. That's the only thing the society likes to celebrate so much, which there's nothing wrong with that, but why should it overshadow your accomplishments, your professional accomplishments, or your passions as a woman? Not every woman's passion is to stay home and look after a bunch of kids. Me myself, I don't like it, and I'm a mother. I will not like to be the woman who stays home all day, cooks, cleans. Like, I'm not that type of a woman. I'm not. But yes, I will support my husband. I will do right by him. But this thing of being a traditional woman in this day and age and living your life for your husband to achieve his dreams and wasting your life and not chasing your goals, hey, let me tell you, that will not be me and that will not be us. We need to wake up as women. We need to wake up. Let me tell you, as a woman, if you're stupid, your children will suffer. Your children will suffer. Let me tell you, if you look at your life, chances are you lived a comfortable life and a good life and a life with standard because of your mother. Because of the standards your mother wanted you to live. Let me tell you, if you think about it, women set the tone, women set the standard of how their children get to grow up. So it's you to decide how your children will grow up. Will they grow up in a home whereby they see their mother is not loved? That actually causes trauma to children. You know, it causes a lot of trauma to children, especially to girl children. It makes them aggressive. It makes them think that if anyone dares do that to me, it makes them hate their father. And I was watching this story whereby this lady was claiming how they fought their dad because he was used to fighting their mom. So this one night they fought him really good. They pounced on him. Let me tell you, some of these men deserve that because they play with us, especially when they have female children. They tend to do anything they feel like because they are girls. They tend to control them so much. They tend to weaponize their physical strength against them, their financial strength against them. Like, it's sad. So ladies, please love yourselves. Please enter marriage for the right reasons. Enter marriage for your own happiness because you love it, because you chose it. And also, if you choose not to get married, also don't get married because of your own choice, not because someone told you or because of, like, do what makes you happy at the end of the day. We can't all fit anywhere. We can't all fit in one space. We can't all not get married. We can't all get married. We can't all have children. We cannot all not have children, you know, like everyone has what they love. So it's us to respect each other's decisions at the end of the day and celebrate them. Anyway, ladies, please have a blessed week ahead of you and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.